Hey there, I'm Donovan, and I just got back from an incredible weekend in Tampa, Florida at the Peak Potential's Millionaire Mind Intensive. Me and about 350 people had one of the best experiences of our lifetimes. We learned a lot about creating financial freedom and our money blueprint and why we are where we are right now, not just financially, but physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So I want to take a moment or two to share with you one of the most powerful technologies that they share at Peak Potential's Millionaire Mind Intensive, and it's called the JAR system. So here I am within 24 hours of returning from Peak Potentials, and I am taking action. I want to be financially free, and it's a proven system with the JARs, as simple as it seems, that this is the first and most important step to creating financial freedom in your life. How does it work? Well, basically, it forces you to become cognizant of what you're doing with your money. Because I don't know about you, but when I get a handful of cash, it tends to go right through my hands and it's difficult to account for. So here's the concept. Every single penny, every single dollar that comes into your realm, whether you find it on the street, whether you earn it, inherit it, steal it, whatever, goes into these jar system here. So the first jar that we've got is labeled FFA, and that stands for Financial Freedom Account, also known as the Golden Goose. Long live the goose! This never gets spent. We never kill the goose. This goes into investments such as stocks or bonds or real estate, things that are going to produce golden eggs that we then live off of. So FFA, Financial Freedom Account, 10% is going to go into here. We have two jars labeled LTSS, Long-Term Savings for, I love this part, spending. When most people think savings, they think about socking money away in a bank account that gets virtually no interest, or stuffing it under a mattress and saving it for a rainy day or an emergency or something like that. I don't know about you folks, but I'm not crazy about rainy days, and I certainly do not want to manifest an emergency. So these jars, we have two, one for my girlfriend and partner Leah, and one for myself. These are for items that you're going to save to spend, whether it's a new car or whether it's putting a fence in your backyard, anything like that goes in these jars and gets spent ultimately. Next jar is education. And I tell you, if there's ever any doubt in my mind, the power of education was totally evidenced this weekend at MMI. I don't know about you, but I've had a lot of schooling in my past, did very well in grade school, went to college, a whole 9 yards, but never did anybody actually teach me how to make money. I want to learn how to make it from the pros. I want to learn how to make it from somebody who has done it themselves with a system that works, like T. Harv Eker or like Bill Gates, anybody you can think of that is rich. I want to learn from them. So that's why we have the education jar. Education can be in the form of seminars like the MMI or audio programs, books, DVDs, you name it, you can use it from the education jar. Next jar, my favorite jar, is the play jar. Now here's the thing with the play jar. We have to feed our spirit and our soul, right? We work hard to earn money, and if we just saved it or spend it on necessities or other things, then we're not feeding our spirit and our soul, and it takes away our motivation, our willpower to work. So the play jar gets spent every single month. On the outset, if you want to have a big play thing like a weekend in Vegas or something, you could do it each quarter, but typically this money needs to get spent each month. You can use it at your favorite restaurant, you can use it for a fun weekend, you could just blow it on yourself with a nice massage. Who doesn't love a massage? Play jar. You know what? This system is so interesting. I'm so excited to share it with you guys, but I gotta wonder if Harv and the guys at Peak might get a little upset at me and maybe even sue me for plagiarism. Had to throw that out there. I'm not a comedian, but who doesn't love a little humor? Next jar is more serious. It's our necessities jar. So necessities are what? Food, clothes, water, rent, electricity, cell phone, insurance, all the things that we have to survive and thrive. That goes in necessities. So last but not least is the give jar. It's important to give back in many different aspects of life. There's a saying that goes something like this: "'Tis better to give than to receive." Might find yourself questioning that particular concept when you come back from MMI. It is certainly good to give, but is it better to give than to receive? I say no. They're equal. So we do have a give jar. Now, if you can't give money, give your time, give something of value back to others. I think that's very important, and I'm a huge proponent of that myself. So here's how it works. In my hand here, I have $5,000 in cash, already pre-divided for the jars. Before you pass judgment, know this. This $5,000 may be the last money to my name, or it could be pocket money that I'm going to blow this weekend. You don't know. I may have sold a car or a kidney to get this money, or I might have just cashed a big check from a speaking engagement. Could be my life savings right here. You don't know, folks. And before you start saying, well, that's great, Sean, but I don't have $5,000 cash to put into some stupid jars. It's amazing some of the testimonials you'll hear from people at MMI that were in bankruptcy, that were left by their spouse holding a huge bag. In fact, there was one woman that gave a very passionate testimonial how she started this jar system with $1 and divided $1 between these jars. And she gave a great testimonial of her progression over the next couple of years into financial freedom. I mean, it was powerful. People were moved. So I want to put this to work for me. I want it to start working right now today. I'm taking action. I'm committed. So here's what we're going to do. Financial Freedom Jar gets 10%. 10% of all money that comes into my realm from now on is going into the Golden Goose. So I have $500 right here, and cha-ching! Golden Goose is fed. Long-term savings for spending. The two jars collectively also get 10%, so you can have more than one jar. We have two. So each one is going to get 5% or $250. And cha-ching for Leah's long-term savings for spending. And $250, cha-ching for my long-term savings for spending. Education, 10% as well. So $500 going into education, and cha-ching! Play jar. Yeah, I will see you again soon, my friends. 10% into play jar, $500 is gonna be fun. Cha-ching! Necessities. 55% is going into the necessities jar. Now I know what some of you are probably thinking, I can't live off of 55% of my income right now. Rich and successful people have a lot of wit, whatever it takes. Now, we're going to start out at 55%, but successful people like T. Harv Eker, they're able to live on even less than 35% necessities of their income. So if your necessities are too high right now, find some ways to adjust your lifestyle. If you want the freedom and you want to be able to do whatever you want in the future, then you're going to have to make some changes right now. So 55% or $2,750 is going into this necessities jar, and cha-ching! Give jar. 5% left over is going to go into the give jar. So I've got $250 here, ready to go to give a good cause. Cha-ching! Now I know what some of you are thinking. 5%, that's not a lot. I mean, the church Bible tells me I need to give 10%, tithe 10%, right? Guess what? You can give any amount you want. If you want to give more than 5%, guess where it comes from? It comes from the necessities jar. Cut your freaking cable and allocate that money to give. If you just can't give more cash, but you want to, give something of value. Give yourself, give your time, go volunteer, go donate. You know, out of all the things you could give, my recommendation is that you give this system a try. So I hope you enjoyed this gift of knowledge, and I hope you'll implement it in your life. The best gift I could give you, though, is to convince you to come to the Millionaire Mind Intensive this coming weekend, December 7th, 8th, and 9th. It's not too late. You can register right up to the last minute. I've got the link below this video for you to click. I have a free ticket, my give back to you. All you have to do is make the commitment and follow through and show up. The only thing it's going to cost you is your time. And let me tell you, it's going to be the best time that you ever invested in yourself. I promise you that. In fact, a lot of the attendees that were at the last event I was at said that they had more fun than they did on their best vacation. So I can't wait to see you soon and track the progress of my jar system. Until then, have a successful day.